Okay, I had questions about my UNIFI ecosystem and architecture. So I figured I'd do a quick video, hopefully it's quick, on how my setup is. So right from the beginning, I have Verizon 1 gig by 1 gig. It's the fiber. That comes into the house, I don't know, somewhere up there. And then it comes down right here. This is the fiber. Comes down into the Verizon ONT, optical network transfer switch. Optical network transfer, whatever, 121 MK. I don't own this, obviously this is Verizon. But out of here, most everything is Cat 6 cabling. So out of here, Cat 6, this comes over to the rack. This is a Novi Point, I don't remember the size, but it's not that big. It's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 9. 9U, or is it 18U? I guess it's one each. So anyway, so that comes into my. This is the. Hold on, I wrote it down, so I didn't sound stupid. Too late, I guess. This is the USG-XG8. So this is the big mambo jumbo router that UNIFI made. They don't make this one anymore. It's got the display. I'm not going to turn the display on because that'll show my public IP, and I don't want to do that. But this is a display, and it has all kinds of different things on there. So that's the blue cable that comes into here, which is my my router. Out of the router is fiber. These are all fiber lines, right? So, and then out of here comes fiber, and then all of this is fiber. All the switches are fiber. And so in order to provide enough fiber to all the switches that I wanted to run and run this big mambo jumbo router, I needed to get this is the US16XG, UNIFI switch 16XG. So this is 1 gig or a 10 gig switch, fiber switch, and it does have some RJ45 ports on it as well, but it's all fiber. And I needed all these fiber lines. I shouldn't say need. I didn't need any of this, but I wanted all these fiber lines because I wanted to be able to run all the switches with fiber. So switches. So yeah, this one comes out up to here, which is the one, the 10 gig. There's a 10 gig connection between here and here, even though I only have a 1 gig line. Some of the servers and some of the other things I do have some 10 gig devices on the network. So that comes out here. Then that goes out to all of the switches, obviously. And this goes up to my office. This is a SFP to RJ45, and then these are SFP 1 gigs, with the exception of this one actually is a 10 gig. The rest of these are all 1 gig. So this one goes upstairs to a 16 port switch, which I will show you. This one actually goes outside. It runs all the way. It's about 300 feet, 330 feet, I think to be exact. 330 feet of fiber. This one goes all the way outside to a switch that I have in a environmental enclosure, 300 feet out in the yard, which I will show you. Most of it all comes out of this giant trunk of ridiculousness right here. There's the fiber that goes out to the yard. There's the fiber that goes out to the second floor. So that's those two. Then these two switches, these two and these two, are port aggregation for the 24 port non-PoE. This is just a regular 24 port switch, no power over Ethernet. And then this is a 24 port 500 watt switch, and this, all the purple runs the security cameras, and then the green are network devices like access points. And then all of the black up here is just end devices like my my Synology servers, laptop, desktops, smart TVs, all that stuff. That's all hardwired. Where was I? Basement switch, So those are running at 2 gig 2 gig aggregation between these switches, and then this one this one goes to the UNVR, which I just put in. So that's the UNVR, just got that one in, that one goes to there. That's actually also a 10 gig SFP, because you can see that it's flashing 10 gig because the UNVR is 10 gig, which I already did a video on the UNVR. So that's it down here. I'm sorry, and then one of these is also powering my Cloud Key Gen 2. This is the Cloud Key Gen 2, not the Gen 2 Plus, because I have the NVR, so I don't run my UNIFI Protect off of the Cloud Key. It's just the Cloud Key is just the management software. So that runs here. And as I said in another video, yes, I paid the extra $100 to rack mount my Cloud Key. So once again, don't judge me, because I know a lot of other people have done it too, or they wouldn't have made that. They wouldn't have made it. And then, you know, these have patch panels. So there's patch panels here, which most everything runs into the back of the patch panel. Originally, I had everything hardwired right into these, but luckily I did do actually patch panel, because along with this UNVR video, I did a video on the UNIFI viewport, which is what this is right here. This is the UNIFI viewport, because obviously none of these were powered, so actually I had to run power up to the line that goes up above the refrigerator where the viewport is, and where there's a monitor hanging there to watch security cameras. That runs from that line there. So I think that's it for the basement. This is a Sonos. This runs out to these wires here. These run out to speakers that are outside on the patio. That's controlled there, but that's a whole nother story. So yeah, so that's it for down here. I will run upstairs, show you the switch upstairs, because some of the security cameras run through that switch down to here, obviously through this line here. So upstairs. Actually, before I go upstairs, let's run through some of this wiring. This is all spare wire, obviously, and then this is all just crap. In a previous life, I used to actually run hardwired security camera systems. These are old 24-volt line security cameras that I had laying around. Oh, look at that! I have a. This is an old UNIFI video application device. I forgot I had that. That's how I started it. Well, that's actually not how I started it. I started it with these suckers right here. These were the old school security camera systems with the hard drive built right in. Yeah, those were fun. That was fun wiring. You had to run power and coax. Anyway, so wiring. So all this comes out of this back of that server, and they go up, and just everywhere, right? So some go that way. Those go outside. These go up to the second floor, and then there's some stuff over here that go this way. All these lines over here, these go out to the garage, because there's access point and security camera out in the garage. So, and then it was fun because I was able to run, this is the fiber that goes upstairs, and I actually found a way. I bought this house, I didn't build it, so running all these wires was quite a lot of fun, and I had some experience at it anyway when I did security cameras. But anyway, I was able to find a common wall that goes from here all the way up the first floor, through the second floor bathroom, and then up into the attic. And then from the attic, whoa, gyros messed up. From the attic, I was able to run through the attic and then down to all the security cameras. So now I will go upstairs. Oh, well, nope, I won't go upstairs. Show you the other run first. This one. So this line, those lines there, they go actually out and up into there somewhere. I don't know if I can get it or not. Yeah, so I don't know if that's showing up. That is that fiber and RJ45 or Cat 6 line that goes outside and runs outside to the outside switch, and then that's water and that's electricity for some stuff out on the. Actually, that electricity was required because I have the switch outside. But anyway, that fiber goes out underground to the fence and then down the fence. So now we'll go upstairs and then we'll go outside. Okay, upstairs, closet, master bedroom. Oh, look, there's a UNIFI Flex right there. How about that? So up here I have a UNIFI 16. This is a 150 watt switch. So that's that right there. This is the fiber that comes from the basement. It runs back there and then goes up a hole over there. I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyway, so yeah, so this is the 16 port switch that's upstairs. Comes from the basement, and then these are mostly all security cameras or in devices. There's a PC up here, and then some smart TVs. Again, the smart TVs are hardwired. So, so that's upstairs, and those go out to different things that are upstairs or come out of the attic on the eaves. So I suppose now I can go outside and show you outside. Okay, outside. So this is where the fiber comes out of the house. This is fiber and one Cat 6 as a backup. Not really as a well, it was going to be a backup, but it wound up being just another camera. So Cat 6 fiber come out of there. It gets buried in the ground all the way. You can almost kind of see it in the grass all the way out to here. Comes to here. So runs into here. Well, this is actually power. This comes up and this is the power that goes down the fence line, and there's some outlets. There's an outlet there. That's running my little mosquito eater thingy, Dynatrap. And then fiber comes into here. This is the Cat 6. That Cat 6 actually, I was going to pull it as a spare, and then I realized the fiber was fine, so I just ran that to a G2 bullet camera, which is up there. Question was asked about a couple of people about the surge protection, the lightning protection, surge protection for the devices that are outside. This camera probably should throw one on this camera. The cameras that are on the house, any of the devices that are in the house have no protection at all on them up there. Mostly because that lightning protection, that surge protector that UNIFI sells, that ETH surge, whatever it is, that's not really going to protect you from a lightning strike. That's like that protects you from, static electricity, ESD, or electrostatic discharge, they call it. It's not going to protect you from a lightning strike. If your house gets hit by lightning, your $2,000 worth of network gear is the least of your worries. You probably blew out about $40,000 worth of electrical wiring, like your panel and everything. I knew a guy that got hit by lightning in his house, and it was quite an extensive amount of damage. So no, so these do not have lightning protection on them or surge protection on them. I have them. I have two of them, and I have one more hooked up in the. I'll show you in the garden, but I probably will put one on this one. Only for the electrostatic discharge, because that can still cause you problems. The air gets charged, you get a static discharge, something, it screws something up. So I might put one on these. I'm not that worried about lightning, because, well, I worry about lightning, but I'm not, there's really not a whole lot that's going to stop a direct lightning hit on your devices or your house. So so no, I don't have any, especially on the house. I don't have any. But I do have one. I'll show you. We'll walk right down here. So this runs all along the fence line. The big one's power. The little one's fiber. Oh, I better not hum anything. I might get a copyright strike from YouTube. Oh yeah. So there's another outlet. This is the water line. This is the water line that goes out to the garden. So, oh boy, it's dark out. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Alright, so that fiber runs all the way down here to this. This is Altilex NF141206. If that's showing up or not. So this is an environmental outdoor box. You can hear the fan running. It's actively cooled. The fan comes on if it gets too hot. And then it's also heated. So in the wintertime, if it gets too hot or too cold in there, the back plate actually is heated. There's probably spiders in here. So, all right. So this is just a USG 8-port switch in there, just a standard one. It's the bigger one. It's the 150 watt with the fiber, with the SFP. So the fiber runs in here and through here. Fiber, power runs out of this box. Fiber runs out of that box. So there's fiber here. Fiber runs in here, and then these devices, which are some cameras and some access points for outside, run out of here, and then they run down here and along the bottom of the fence line. Oh, yeah, so this is this back plate actually, this back plate will actually heat up. It's got a heater, you can see here, the diagram. So there's a heater on the back plate, and then there's a fan, and there's also 2 temperature sensors. So the fan actually, the fan and the back plate actually run on a temperature sensor. And obviously it's about 90 degrees out right now, so the fan's running. This switch has been through 1 summer and 1 winter already. This is its 2nd summer, and it hasn't had any issues. So so far so good. You know, if I have to replace it every couple of years, I got to replace it every couple of years, I guess. But like I said, it's been through a winter and it's been through 2 summers now, and no issues. So then this is that little surge protector doodad that UNIFI sells. So I have that on just the mesh access point. I don't have it set up as a mesh access point. I have it as a wired access point. So that comes wired. And then, you know, this is the grounding. The grounding strap comes down. And then there's a rod. There's a rod right here in the ground. It's like 3 feet in the ground. Copper rod, 3 feet in the ground with this grounding strap on it. Again, I looked at the specs on this, and it's really just you know, for electrostatic discharge. I want to say it was like 3,000 volts over like 1 microsecond or something, and 3 amps or something like that at the same rate. Lightning's like 30,000 volts with like some other astronomical hundreds of amps or thousands of amps. So this is not going to protect you from lightning, but I figured this is on an aluminum pole, so you could get static discharge off of this, and I wanted to protect this device. I wasn't as worried about the cameras. I don't know if they're as sensitive or not, but I felt like the electronics maybe in the mesh access point were a little more sensitive, so I threw that on that one. I do have 2 more of these. I'll probably throw them somewhere. We'll see what happens. But some of the outside cameras have been out here for over 2 years, and I haven't had any kind of problem with electrostatic discharge or any kind of surge problems. So, and those things are cheap. I don't know, $50 or something like that, I guess those things are. And then this is the furthest of that access point. There's one actually, you can't see it on this little GoPro, but there's one all the way down there on the corner of the garage with a camera. So that covers the front yard. That did not cover all the way out to the garden, which is why I put the mesh point. And there's one all the way down here at the end, and this one did not cover the whole entire garden either, which I thought was odd, since it's like wide open, direct line of sight. But while we were in the garden, we were having issues. We were having issues with connectivity to Wi-Fi. So then I threw this one out here. These are the These are the UAP Pros, weather resistant ones. I made a little cover for it, just to kind of protect it a little bit. I'm probably going to replace this one with another mesh access point. This is wired, and I will probably wire the mesh access point as well, because I'm not going to use it as mesh. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if those are as powerful as those little access points. So, and from here to the house is probably about 300 feet. And then from here to that mesh access point, I don't know, it's probably 50 or so. So, yeah, 5G, I guess 5G might not cover as much as you think it should cover. There's the garden. More video on that later. Oh, so there's a little flex camera right there, hidden in a tree. Shh, don't tell anyone. That shoots that whole front of the yard, which is pretty nice. And I only shoot the yard. Doesn't get any of the traffic or anything, which for that corner it probably should maybe, but yeah, I keep them pretty well pointed, just in the yard and around the house. And then on the house for access points, as I mentioned, this yard's big. I need a golf cart. Should have taken the tractor and just drove it around. Yeah, so that's an access point there, side of the garage. And then the other access point is in the backyard. See if I can get it right up there as an access point. And that's one of the ones that camera and that access point that runs out of the switch that's up in the second floor closet. And then these are the outside speakers that are run from Sonos. Oh, look at that, the lights came on. And then these are Bistro lights that were also a pain in the ass to put up, believe it or not. So anyway, so that's the network in a nutshell, as quick as I could do it. If anybody has any questions, leave a comment. I'll try to answer them, or post another video to explain what I did and why I did it. So thanks for watching.